Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to look at a new phone slash UMPC. This thing is called the Gemini PDA and it's made by a company called Planet Computers, which are based in the UK. Apparently this company has associated with the same designer as the famed Scion series sub notebooks. Some of you guys may remember back in the day, in the 90s, there were these small portable computers way before smartphones and pocket PCs came out, called handheld PCs. And Scion series, I think I have the 5MX series as well. I did in a previous video, but basically there would be small PDA type sub laptops, right? So handheld PCs are basically like PDAs in a landscape form factor, not the portrait form factor. Those are the Palm OS devices, right? But yeah, this device, the Gemini PDA, is meant to be kind of a throwback to that old kind of style, which is cool and interesting because these days we kind of see a lot of mobile phones. They look very, very similar to each other, and there's not much variety on design. So yeah, let's open this up and see what's going on here. I have the Wi-Fi edition, and they make a 4G edition as well, so you can use it as a mobile phone, but I just got the Wi-Fi version because I'm probably not going to be using this as my primary phone device. This is just for my collection, but if you guys are looking for, to use this as your primary device, you probably get the 4G edition, which you can use, LTE and everything with. All right, so okay, looks like the box opening is pretty interesting. All right, so here's the Gemini PDA itself, and it's very, very compact. It's got a 6-inch screen, I believe. 6-inch screen, says Gemini by Planet Computers on the back. It's got a USB-C port, and I think this is a power button on the side here. And on the other side, you have another USB-C port and a headphone jack. So this thing has 2 USB-C ports, which already makes it kind of stand out from the other mobile phones, which usually just have one. And you open it up, and yeah, this keyboard does remind me of the Scion keyboard, and just from using it, actually the past few days, I can tell that the key travel on this is pretty decent, but it kind of just looks like a. I mean, let's get back to this later. We'll talk more about this later. I'm going to do more of a demo later. We'll finish the unboxing first. Okay, so what else we got? This is probably the manual here. Okay, so this is a cover. There's another cover here. Okay, as well as the stickers, manual, quick start guide, and microfiber cloth. Okay, and then we have, this is the charger brick, and then we have the cable, which is a USB-C cable. All right, let's get on with looking at the computer itself. And yes, I'll be referring to this as a computer more than a mobile phone, because really this thing is a computer. It can run Linux, it can run the operating system you just saw when I opened it up was Sailfish OS. So I think what's unique about this thing is that it can actually triple boot into 3 different operating systems. And here's a little size comparison. I have the GPD XD Plus right here, which is basically the same size as the Nintendo 3DS. And I also have the GPD Win 2 right here. And GPD Win 2 almost a little bit bigger than the GPD XD Plus. And then I have the GPD Pocket here. I stuck a little Apple logo on it, but yeah, this is the GPD Pocket. And I guess this would be considered the closest comparison to the Gemini PDA, since it's technically a pocket computer, but yeah, as you can see, the Gemini PDA is way smaller. I would actually consider the Gemini PDA a UMPC actually, because of its ability to actually triple boot into 3 different operating systems. You can dual boot or triple boot or single boot, you can set it up. What you have to do is flash the firmware, and I think Compared to other smartphones, you know, you can root the Android phones and you can flash the firmware in other phones too. But for this one, the manufacturer actually encourages it and actually gives you a setup guide on their website, which I think is pretty cool. And they give you all the images and tools and stuff, so you can easily flash this device with your choice of either Android or Linux, Debian, or Sailfish OS, or a combination of all three, as I've done. And yeah, let's show you. Okay, so quick overview on the specs here. This thing is running on a 10-core processor, a MediaTek, and I was a little bit surprised too. It's pretty powerful. It's got a dual-core and 2 quad-cores in it, and I think that's the system on chip. And it's got 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of SSD flash storage. So yeah, let's open it up. I have it booting into Sailfish OS right now. So this is pretty cool. Not many devices right now run Sailfish OS. The only other device I've reviewed is the Intex Aquafish, which runs on it. But just to give you an overview on Sailfish OS, this OS, by the way, is still kind of in the beta stages as far as compatibility with the Gemini PDA goes, but you can definitely load it. It's very, very smooth looking OS. Yep, you can swipe down, you can change the wallpaper, so I can change it to flow, right? And it'll just change just like that. Very, very beautiful, smooth animation. Pull up for this, and let's see, I'll go to the browser. Okay, it should load Engadget. This is the website I was visiting. I believe you can use the small buttons here to actually scroll the screen as well. Okay, yeah, it'll take a while to load, but anyways, the website does load. And works fine here. Alright, I'm actually interested to see. Let's kill that. Oops. Pull down. Open new tab. Go to my website. And this keyboard. So you might be wondering about this keyboard, like, this is basically a smartphone attached to this keyboard. So you might be wondering, why not just buy a smartphone and buy a Bluetooth keyboard and just pair it like this? Well, one thing I believe is this keyboard is specific, exclusive to the Gemini PDA, and it's pretty interesting. You can press, this button will bring up a special dock in Android, which I'll show later, and we have a European style enter key here, which is a big enter key. This kind of throws me off sometimes, but it's cool to have this style enter key on an American machine. And yeah, the escape key actually doubles as the on and off. So I think this keyboard, it is a bit cramped, but that's to be expected for a device of this size. I mean, it is 6 inches, so it's not any more cramped than my Fujitsu's or my other UMPCs. Actually, this kind of reminds me of the Open Pandora, which is my other Linux UMPC. It's kind of interesting because the developer of that, not the developer, the seller of that, Dragonbox, is actually selling this as well. And they're developing a new one, still on the waiting list, still waiting for the Dragonbox Pyra. I'm not sure when that will come out, but I anticipate it to be at least as good or better than this because I've been waiting 2 years for that thing. Yeah, anyways, yeah, this is my website. It seems to load fine. I have WordPress on here. Okay. Okay, cool. So that loads fine. It's my website. All right, and you just swipe right here, and you can open a new tab. So we can check out. Ooh, it's a terminal, and that's a cool thing about this device too. If you're ever a programmer and you want a, super small PC and stuff to do your Linux commands and things like that, well, I think the Gemini is a good choice because it comes with, well, you can flash Debian onto it and Sailfish OS, which are all based on Linux, right? Sailfish OS is based on, it's developed from Migo, which is developed from Maemo, which is derived from Linux. So this is Linux at its core. Obviously, Debian is Linux, and Android is also derived from Linux, I believe, or Unix, I should say. So yeah, this is if you want your terminal commands, it's right here. It's really, really small, but definitely you can do it. And I'm going to use a little bit of thumb typing here because I do think that if you're on, if you're on a table, you can probably do this, but it's a little bit cramped. You can definitely use your thumbs to type, and that will work too. Okay, so just basic thing here, echo hello world. Let's do a basic command here on the terminal. All right, there we go. I got hello world working. See that? Echo hello world. Yep. So you can run your Linux scripts here, bash scripts, SSH into a server, whatever you want to do, you have the terminal for that. All right, so there's a lot of cool things you can do. And yeah, right now Sailfish OS doesn't have too many apps. It is not a popular operating system. However, I will say that this operating system is one of the smoothest UI-wise that I've ever seen, right? It's just incredibly smooth operating system. You just slide down like that, slide over, get your notifications. Everything's just incredibly smooth. Let's see, let's go back to the original screen like that, and just very, very beautiful operating system, I think. More people should use it. But yeah, that is the Sailfish OS I have set up as my third boot option. So I'm going to turn it off and actually reset it. It's going to be pressing the escape and the side key here at the same time. Let's wait for it. Okay. And the default operating system, if I don't press any key, is going to be Android. So I'll show you Android as well. So if we just wait for it to load, by default it should boot into Android, which I think is Android 7. Yeah, it's not been updated to Oreo yet. Yeah. But the Android on this system, you can either root it, you can flash a rooted version. I think you have to do some other steps, but after that it should be rooted. Alright, so here's Android. Let me get to my pin. Okay, so here is Android, and as you can see, it's mostly stock, but they do have a bit of a skin onto it, and there's where you press the Alt to bring up this little dock right here, and this kind of looks like Mac OS or Linux dock right here, and that's cool. It comes with a built-in mail application, Word, Excel, SSH. Comes with this is Gemini keyboard. You can customize it. Even has it takes you right to the store, but you can customize the app bar too. Choose whatever you want. So yeah, let's say I don't want K9 on here. Just get rid of it. I'll put Gmail instead. Okay, there, and now I'll have Gmail on my dock. So you can just have a maximum of 11 items, I think. But yeah, this dock makes it really more like a desktop operating system, I guess. Although it's still running on Android. You know, it's the shortcut key here for settings. You can see, yeah, Android 7.1. Okay. Otherwise, it's just it's Android. You know, put whatever you want on it. Google Play Store. Let's do that actually. Pac-Man. Okay, so Google Play Store, put on here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, you have everything. All right, so that's the Android they have flashed on here. So that's just your typical Android. All right, now let's reboot again. Actually, this time I'm gonna boot into Linux. So I'm gonna hold down this one. If I hold down this one, it's gonna, this key on the side here, this will go into the second boot option. Okay, so it should boot into Debian. Default password is just Gemini. And then you basically have a desktop operating system now, because this is full Linux Debian here. And haven't really done anything yet, but you can see we have a mouse cursor right here. So you can actually attach a mouse to it because you have two USB-C slots. One of them can be for charging, the other one can be attached for a hub, and then you can attach like, anything, a mouse or something. But yeah, this is, you basically just have your full Debian on here now. Comes with Q terminal, some audio players, LibreOffice, Chromium. Yeah, it's all here. It's oops. It's a little bit difficult to press. I think you definitely want to have a mouse if you're going to be using this boot option. All right, so we have the terminal here. That works fine. You even have the autocomplete, I think. So tap to autocomplete it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, whatever. We have a terminal. Let's try Chromium. Let's go to Engadget. Yep. So yeah, this is the full desktop operating system. What I'm going to say that is that if you're going to use Debian Linux on this machine, I think you would better plug in like a mouse or something, because it's not really good for touchscreens. This is a full desktop operating system. It's not designed for touchscreens. Whereas Android and Sailfish are more of mobile operating systems, so they're going to be better suited for touchscreens. So I'm going to say if you're going to install this boot option on your Gemini, then you're probably going to have to attach a mouse or something to it, because it's not very easy to use when you're just using a touchscreen. Otherwise, Sailfish OS is great, and Android, of course, is great as well. So those are all great options. Yeah, that's it basically. Log out. All right. So yeah, pretty cool, right? You have full Linux running on really a pocket-sized machine, and it is a pocket-sized machine. I mean, they call this the GPD Pocket, but I mean, it's not really pocketable. You can put it into a big suit pocket maybe, but Gemini, this one is the one that's really pocketable, and you can really just fit it into your standard jacket or whatever. So yeah, I'm calling this a UMPC, although it is also a phone. If you get the 4G LTE version, yeah, definitely it's basically a phone. You can put your SIM card in it, and you'll be able to make calls, although it's going to be a little bit weird making calls, but you have to make calls like this or something, but yeah, otherwise, that's the Gemini PDA for the modern age, the new Scion for the modern age, the new handheld PC, and yeah, that's it. But yeah, standard boot into Android, don't press anything. Boot into the second option, which I have set up as Debian. I just hold this at the startup screen. Third boot, which I have set up as Sailfish OS, you hold both the escape button and the side button at the same time while it's booting, but not for too long, because this is also the reset combination as well. So you just hold it for about like 3-4 seconds maybe when it starts up, and that's it, guys. That's the Gemini PDA. I'm pretty impressed with it. I got this for $400 off of eBay, but I think if you get it from Indiegogo or Newer, it's going to cost you more. But it's worth it, I think, if you want a device that's pocketable, that can run a whole different bunch of operating systems, and is also a phone as well. So it's a neat little device. And the keyboard, which is the main selling point of this machine, it's cramped, but I think it's pretty decent because it also gives you some haptic feedback as well. If you compare this to the GPD Pocket, this one's also extremely cramped. I think they definitely solved this issue with the GPD Pocket 2. I don't know if I'll be getting the GPD Pocket 2, but basically they got rid of the little nub here, but they replaced it with like an optical kind of track point right there, and they replaced this row here with like a touch screen, so it's kind of just like the minified version of the new MacBook Pros, I guess. And they even have like a butterfly type looking keyboard, so I don't know about that. But yeah, this is more of a full-size keyboard. Obviously, it's got more space and stuff. 6 rows. This only has 5 rows, so this is more of a miniature keyboard. And you can load Linux into this one as well. But it's definitely bigger. 7-inch screen. This one is 6 inches. Alright, and the GPD Win 2, you can compare it here. I also like the keyboard on the GPD Win 2, but as you can see, this device is meant more for gaming. It's got gaming controls. The keyboard here is pretty good, but I don't know why you would ever install something that's not Windows on this, because if you're going to play games on this machine, it's going to be on Windows, right? I mean, that's what this device is for, Windows gaming. I don't think you would ever install Linux on stuff because, you know, the gamepad here is obviously meant for gaming and you're going to use this for Windows games. So yeah, that's what I would say about these 3 devices. If you're looking to compare all these 3, the GPD Win 2, mostly used for Windows gaming. If you want a portable Windows gaming device, this is the one to go. It's also the most powerful, I think, Core M3 processor. The GPD Pocket is if you want a decent sized machine, like obviously this is smaller than the typical laptop, but if you want to get, you know, some work done, this keyboard's going to be a little bit more spacious because it's slightly bigger and you have more keys here. So if you really want your typical netbook style computer, then the GPD Pocket's the way to go, or the GPD Pocket 2 if you want to wait for that. Then the Gemini PDA is more of a portable productivity thing where you just have a lot of options. If you want to make phone calls, you can do that with this thing. You can't do that with the Pocket. If you want to run mobile operating systems, you can. It's got Sailfish and Android. And if you want a desktop operating system, you got Debian. So yeah, this thing is just about a lot of different options. And if you want to use a touchscreen, you want to use a physical keyboard, it's all there. So that's what I would recommend. The Gemini has the most versatility. GPD Pocket's like a netbook. The Win is for Windows gaming. The XD Plus is for emulators in Android games. So yeah, that's it.